Your life will change forever as they receive this karma. Your life will change forever as they receive this karma. At first, I had the title, When They Receive This Karma, and then I got confirmation multiple times that this has already begun. This is a collective, timeless reading, but let me say this. My original title was going to be... I threw it in the trash, hold on. All right, I got it. This is a 2-layered message because the original card was going to be the Temperance card with this title here. They owe you 9 years of karma. I was getting this based off of the numerology. This was the title. This was the video I was going to film today, the reading. And we're going to get into it. But then I let it sit. And they brought in the Judgment card as well. Not only the Temperance card, and I'll get into why these cards were shown to me as well. But they added this Judgment element. So let me rewind. Remember VHS players? I used to have one of those ones where you stick the VHS into it, press it down, and it rewinds it. So the original title, They Owe You 9 Years of Karma. That message was delivered to me regarding this universal year 1. We're now in a year 1. We're beginning an entire new cycle again, at least in the numerology, right? And they were showing me that whatever this message is today, this has been going on for some time. Has it been 9 years for everybody? The reason I changed the title is because I don't know, right? It's good to listen to a person that will admit when they don't know, right? So I changed the title, but as I was changing it, they brought in this other element. Your life will change forever as they receive this karma. They're already beginning to receive this karma. And as they receive this karma, it's a rollout. Your life will begin to get increasingly better as theirs becomes worse and worse, because that was the deal. I'm seeing the Devil card with the Justice here, but let me just say this here, because this is one of those devil karmic contracts. So with a devil karmic contract such as this, it looks like a good deal at first, but whoever agreed upon this didn't read the fine print with the Two of Swords and the Devil. They didn't look out into the future. This is like someone who's cocky on, I know for certain that this horse is gonna win the race because of this and that, and then they put up their collateral on their house, you know, their car, their motorcycle, and then the horse loses. This could be somebody who literally is into gambling, or it's more spiritual gambling. They're gambling with their own life. That's what I'm getting for a lot of you here. They bet that you would never turn your back on them no matter how bad this got. That they could just come in and apologize anytime things got too... See, what's interesting? Things got too hairy, I was going to say. Someone's name could be Harry. I'm also getting Harry Styles, and he's like a triple Aquarius. So someone could be an Aquarius here, or you could. But this is what I'm getting here. The Page of Cups can't say sorry to the Queen of Cups. He's always faced the wrong direction. He's either at her back or he's missing her. Like, she's behind him or he's behind her. So for some of you, this is definitely a twin flame thing, right? So this person always feels like you're ahead of them. And so they're always trying to like one up you. And in some cases, this is more cheeky. In other cases, this is way more devious. And this person feels like you owe them when this was the original contract. This is what I'm getting. This is why there's such a heavy price tag on this karma. Is this person, they signed something or they went along with something even though everything within them was telling them, run, don't do this. If this is a love situation, this person could be a runner specifically. But it's not that for everybody. This was the contract that every single time your life was going down the drain in some way, they got an increase. And the reason why your life was going down in some way is because for some of you, this person has forces that they've agreed. They've made an agreement with certain forces where these people get a cut. This is the best way I know how to describe it. This is an energy vampire thing. And for some of you, it went on for 9 years. And now that we're back around the mountain in a universal year 1, all of these things get reset. In other words. So this is what I'm seeing here. Every time you were in a bad way, this person gained something out of that. They were able to suck the life out of you when you were at a low moment, or even when you weren't at a low moment, and their life would get better. And that was the deal. They would give this energy to these entities, essentially, and the deal was that these entities would make this person's life better. Now, for a time, I'm hearing this person even forgot about it. That's how long of a time this went on, right? This person didn't even think about this anymore. They just started to think, this is my life. You know, I don't owe anything. I'm not taking anything from anyone. I'm just this special. I'm just this great. I'm just this grand, I'm hearing, right? So for you, I'm seeing you pretty steady, man. Like even through all of this, I'm seeing you pretty steady across the board here, where if something negative happened, you would kind of make it work for you, which is where this temperance energy comes in. And we're going to get deeper into it, guys. But this is what I'm getting. This person made a bet and they made a wrong one. Well, really, they signed a karmic contract where for a certain amount of time, they would basically be blessed in their life while you were cursed in your life. This person forgot about this. They forgot that this was actually a transactional thing with the devil. And now the time has come. You know, the letter has arrived in the mail, so to speak, with the Page of Pentacles. And this person is so caught off guard, they have no idea what to do. Now, my reading right before this one, number 258, wow, this is their apology, directly ties into this reading, and with the Page of Cups even more so. This person, I'm hearing morsels. They gave you morsels to eat. I'm seeing a cabinet with no food in it except for like what are those oyster crackers that you put into soup. They're like little crackers. I'm seeing you sitting in the kitchen in the cold of winter. I'm seeing you, and this is just an analogy, guys. I mean, maybe not for some of you, right? But I'm seeing you going outside in the winter, collecting sticks, putting them in this fireplace indoors, and you're sitting there on the floor, like shivering in front of the flames with your little box of oyster crackers, waiting for the springtime to come. Now, you could have just thought, like, well, this is just my life. I'm just gonna trust in the universe, Queen of Cups. I'm gonna trust my intuition. I'm gonna flow. I'm gonna go where I flow and flow where I go. And it always ends up working out for me because you have a spirit team. You know that you work with the upper and the lower realms, and that everything always works out for you in the end. So for you, you could have gone through a lot of really challenging things, and not only did you rise to the occasion, but I'm hearing you were an example to people. You acted as a living example to people as you were going through some of these really challenging things. Now you have many stories to tell. You have life experience. You have spiritual evidence for yourself that you know what it feels like to go through a dark night of the soul. You know what it feels like to connect with spiritual beings and to interact between the lines of reality. You had to face yourself at the lowest of lows and decide consciously that you would rise above all of this. Judgment card, Pluto energy, rising from the ashes like a phoenix, rebirth. You could have been reborn. You could have even like rebranded yourself because I'm seeing like 2.0. You could have literally gone through something so dark here that it did transform you. You did become a different form. I'm hearing a different form of human. But what I'm seeing here is a different version of yourself, right? So this person, and we talked a lot about this in my reading right before this one, that this is their apology, really. Their apology is not an apology at all. They still are inflamed with pride. And in fact, this is only the very, very, very beginning. It's like one bad thing could have happened because their karma is beginning to roll out. The second something bad happens, they know that that means that something's off with you. So they feel like if they start to do bad in their life, then it's directly tied back to you. For some of them, they woke up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat and remembered this deal that they made all those years ago. For some of you, it's way longer than 9 years. That's why I changed the title, right? But I feel like it does line up with the numerology as well, why it's happening now, if that makes sense. Because I look back 9 years ago where I was. I mean, I'm literally in an entirely different life. I'm an entirely different person. I feel very differently about many different things, and I'm sure it's the same for a lot of you. But this reading is very specific. That's why I originally titled it, They Owe You 9 years of karma. They owe you is really what I could have titled this, but regardless, this is so complicated. This is so long. Like, there's so many things that could happen over a period of time like this that I almost don't even know where to begin. I feel like I have papers all over my desk. I have all of these like eyewitness accounts. I have all of this stuff going on. There's all this money that needs to be accounted for, and I'm seeing like medical bills, like, and that could be an analogy, guys, but I'm just seeing this person caused so much harm in your life. And yet, this is the irony. For you, I'm seeing that you could have hit a couple low points, but it's like you started back up the mountain again and you kind of came back to this sort of a plateau. Now, I'm not going to put that word over people's lives. That word came through in the reading right before this, where your guides were saying, no, you're not actually at a plateau. You've been at a plateau. Like, you've been coasting. Where other people would have just crashed out, man, you kind of hit neutral. 'Cause you knew how to ride in neutral. Like, if your car breaks down and you put the car in neutral and you have a couple people helping you push that car. I'm seeing that. It's like you could have been in a situation where your car broke down, metaphorically speaking, but cars, you know. You know what to do when you're in that situation. You know how to change a tire. You know a mechanic. You know a guy, sort of a thing, right? So what I'm seeing here is for you, you're coming out pretty all right. Now, everybody has their own situations, guys. I'm just saying this is meant to be an encouragement that you might think like, oh, damn, like the last few years have been crazy. Yes, they have. But I feel like your guides just want you to take a little more credit for yourself with how strong you've actually been, how resilient, and how it's truly a miracle that you're in this good position that you're in. It's kind of like breaking even in a really crazy situation that could have just like totally blown up your entire life, but you somehow break even, right? So to speak, right? And I'm seeing something like that here where this person literally day one of them getting their karma, they're running back to your place, man, with the Knight of Swords. Like they're running to your house. They are they what you've gone through the last however many years, this is a drop in the bucket. And this person day one is running crying for mommy, so to speak, on day one. For some of you, you took a financial hit because of this person. You had bad luck, quote unquote. You dealt with all sorts of crazy situations where people could have turned on you, or this to me feels like Evil Eye. This feels like Malocchio to me. without the Italian accent. Right? But that's how it's pronounced, Malocchio. So for some of you, this person, I mean, big time, man. Like they caused a lot in your life, and this is the equivalent of somebody, I'm seeing it like this. They're sitting out back. I'm seeing this big mansion, and they're sitting like in the backyard, sitting on a lawn chair with some sort of a drink, like a pina colada, or something obnoxious, right? Where they're just like sitting there relaxing completely, rubbing like oil all over their body and stuff. And you're out there like mowing the lawn, like sweat running down your back. And they're just sitting there like you're some sort of I heard the word servant. So see, with the devil, that's why when you make a deal with the devil, you think you're getting something out of it when all you're really getting is you're putting yourself in debt, and then you're going to pay more and more and more and more interest on that credit card payment every single month. So maybe at first, okay, great, you got $10,000 out of it, but the fact that you can't pay that money back now, and you have all of this interest collecting, that's what's happened to this person. So everything they think they gained by stepping on your back, not only did they gain nothing, it was all an illusion. They're just in this debt now. I'm seeing something about $300,000. Could be a metaphor, could be literal, right? Because for some of you, this person's like a gambler, but I feel like it's just an energy of someone who's reckless. They gamble with their heart, with their own heart, and with other people's, and they do what they can to get ahead, right? So I'm seeing not only is this person coming out with this exorbitant amount of piles on piles of debt, but they owe all of this monthly interest that they simply can't keep up with. I'm seeing them kind of drowning under the weight and the pressure of this. Now, keep in mind, this exact thing happened to you already. And I'm talking to you on the other side of all of this. That's what I'm trying to explain. Like, this is all just a metaphor, guys, but it's like this person's kind of screwed, man. I don't really know what to say. And for some of you, it's a group effort, right? Um, but you're kind of like at neutral, or if you have been struggling either financially, in your self-esteem, your mental health, your life, however this could have showed up for you, it's like in comparison, it's inconceivable the difference, the contrast between how you're handling this and have handled it and how this person is currently handling it, and it's only just begun for them. So you've hit neutral. They're showing up with debt and interest piled high, and they haven't even begun their journey on repaying this yet. See, for you, you don't have to repay anything because you didn't agree to this, right? I will put a one caveat to that. I believe our souls agree in a sense, right? Because I do believe that we have free will on this planet, and that in a sense, I don't want you to get pissed at me, but in a sense, it's like we do agree to these things, right? But, that's up for you to decide how you view all of that and how you view predestination and pre-life contracts. Not everybody agrees with all of that, and I respect that. So even if you don't agree with what I'm saying, that you agreed to go through this karmic lesson with this person, honestly, the message stays the same. It's been like you're at worst kind of like a little bit down or at neutral, and you're about to start going up, 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 up. I mean, if you have debt, you're going to be able to repay it. And this is not some televangelist message of me saying, you're going to get a check in your mailbox tomorrow, praise the Lord. And I'm not talking about any of that shit. I'm talking about, because that's what I grew up in. Well, partially. I'm talking about real life stuff, guys. And this is extremely spiritual, what I'm talking about. I mean, you couldn't get any more spiritual than the topic I'm talking on today. But bringing it down into the real world, what is this going to look like? Right? So it's not so elusive. Like, oh, they're getting their karma. What does that mean? What does that look like? Well, we're going to get into it. But basically, I could just wrap it up right here. Basically, what's about to happen is every single thing that happened during this span of time, however long it was for you, it's been carefully judged, it's been weighed, and everything has been allocated. Everything's been organized. I'm seeing everything being organized into categories, folders, and severity on the scale. I'm seeing like that pile of this would be like in a lawyer's office, all of those papers that have all of the different transaction amounts and everything. Like, this is financial for some people here. Every single thing, it's being transmuted, and this will roll out over time. So it's going to show up as blessings for you. It's going to show up as good luck, or a bump in pay, or someone that really loves you, with the Lovers and the Queen of Cups, will come in. Or, you'll get some sort of positive news with the Page of Pentacles. You'll start to be able to do the things that you felt like you couldn't do before because you were under such a deep amount of stress. Like, take this for example. Say you wanted to go back to school with the Page of Pentacles, or you wanted to, I'm just going to use that as an example. Say you wanted to go back to school, or you wanted to go to college, or whatever this is for you, even if you're older. You could have been under so much stress during this contract with this person, this karmic contract, that it took everything in you to survive. Now, is it going to be that extreme for everybody? I don't know. You tell me. Because I get some comments from people that, just have been through so much that this sort of stuff, it does get a little scary. Like the return of the karma. I'm hearing return of the Mac. So for some of you, this person was out here. I'm seeing them like a peacock, just all over the place. I mean, they could have felt like they had all these options in love. This could be a lover for you. You could have been committed to this person. I'm hearing something about being committed. Now, I'm going to bring out the trigger warning nose here. Honk honk, hello everybody. It's TW. The Cosmic Clown is here. You know, because what I'm about to say, this is something that I personally relate to, so I'm gonna tread lightly. For some of you, you could have felt like you went into psychosis, or you could have felt so much stress on you that it kind of like split you. Like the amount of stress was so high that you kind of felt like you were in some sort of survival mode here for however long of a period of time that was for you. That's not going to be for everyone, but for some of you, you could have felt like the amount of stress on you, it like broke you in a sense, guys. And I'm not trying to upset you. I'm just saying for some, that is a relatable notion, right? That you felt like this broke you, like this person tried to break you. But is it really a person, or is it the entities that they're working with? You know, that's up for everyone to decide what they believe about outside entities and things like that. I personally believe in all of that. But I mean, this could even be, if you take all the spirituality out of it, it's like you could have felt you could have felt like this person just caused you a lot of problems in your life. But I am seeing a broken mirror. And I did get the number 7 as well, like 7 years bad luck. I'm seeing a cracked mirror, and you could have felt like you had bad luck because of this person. But again, guys, this is why you're such a powerful alchemist with the Temperance card, is because I'm seeing like this bad energy coming towards you. We'll call it bad luck. I'm seeing this bad energy coming towards you, and it immediately starts getting filtrated through this alchemist system, and you begin to transmute that energy and use all of the negative and turn it into positive for yourself, even when you felt at your lowest or you felt like you couldn't push one more step forward. I'm seeing that your heart prevailed with the Queen of Cups. You have a strong either faith or spirituality or just belief in yourself with the Hierophant. You have something that brought you through with the 3 of Wands. It carried you through. Like for some of you, this got really bad, right? Where you were kind of going like day to day here. And I'm seeing this person just out here like living the life. Just this is just like so negative that I almost, it's like I just want to like end this reading. I'm not trying to be rude, guys. I'm just saying like this is a really sore subject for a lot of us, because there's no way to like, or there was no way to prove that this wasn't our energy. Like you're just going to look like some crazy, you know, energy crystal person out here, whatever, that if you go to somebody and say, like, I think so and so is like affecting my energy and I have bad luck because of them, and it's hard for me to sleep and I feel like I can't function normally, and I feel like the pressure's coming on me so strong that I can't even breathe anymore, my throat's closing off, whatever it was for you guys, this is an energy vampire thing. But for some of you, why this was confusing and why you could have felt like I have no way to prove this is because for some of you, you were at a distance from this person with the 3 of Wands and the Devil. Like you could have already gone no contact with this person, or you could have broken up with this person, or whoever this was for you. For some of you, you were not anywhere near this person anymore. And so it just would have made you look crazy if you started talking out here about, you know, this person's an energy vampire and they're siphoning my energy and all that mess, right? So for some of you, you doubted yourself for so long, and you felt like admitting this to yourself, that energy was being siphoned from you all this time. You could have felt like you didn't even want to believe that, or if you did believe it, you couldn't prove it. Like, this is not a provable thing. This is not Queen of Swords, King of Swords. This is Queen of Cups with all of these entities, right? We have the Devil, the Judgment card, and the Temperance card with the Hierophant. I mean, this is so spiritual, guys, that, it's not really provable. Like, I'm seeing some of you, though, with the Page of Pentacles trying to prove this in some sort of a thesis or dissertation, which is so interesting because I just said it's not King and Queen of Swords, but it might be now because you're going to get all this energy back. That's really what this reading is. All of this energy is coming back to you, even though you survived all of this. You survived it. You're out the other side. You're here today listening to this. So first of all, congratulations that you made it, right? You freaking made it through that hellscape. But I'm also seeing, like, you're about to start feeling your energy coming back. Like, say, for example, you, like I said, wanted to go back to school, or you wanted to, like, write about your spiritual experiences. Like, some of you are teachers, or you want to put courses together, or you want to write a book, whatever this may be. And it's different for everybody. There's so many, like, options on how you can use all this extra energy now. But I'm seeing this where you're going to suddenly feel like, oh, I'm going to write on this experience, or I'm going to go back to school, whatever this is. It's hard to watch, though, because I feel like you're strong, right? And you got through this. For some of us, barely got through this, right? For this person, it's more scary because they're just not equipped for this sort of thing. They're not equipped for this. You already were equipped for it, and that's why they targeted you to begin with, is because you had the power. You had the power source. You had that juicy energy that seemed to be eternal, like this reservoir of energy that never ran dry. And in a sense, that actually is true, because this whole time, like I said, you transmuted it. You were connected to the universal consciousness, and you were able to make it through even the hardest of times. But this person they're not like you, guys. They're not like you, right? So I feel so many different emotions. I feel like I'm deeply disappointed. I'm let down. And I also feel kind of afraid for this person because I don't know if they're going to make it through as you have. I'm having a hard time even, like, talking right now, guys. Like, this is so heavy, that slogging through this energy is so heavy that your life will change forever as they receive this karma, because as they begin to receive this karma, it's the exact opposite. You go up and they go down, where before they went up and you went down. But really, you, if anything, kind of just balanced out at neutral, right? Because you had so much power that you were able to pull yourself up and hit that neutral space, or almost. Like, you're here today to tell the tale, right? So you have made it through this even if it's been extremely challenging. But it's like these others, they're not going to be so lucky, guys. And that's why this, I'm getting Lucky by Britney Spears. That's such an old song. She's so lucky. She's a star. So for some of you, this person, it's like you have this star energy and they felt like they could just siphon from you and you wouldn't even really notice. This is kind of the energy of like somebody who has millions of dollars and somebody is just skimming off the top and they truly feel like the person won't notice, and maybe they didn't. Like maybe you didn't even notice for a while that this was happening because your energy is just so high vibrational, guys, that it takes a lot to get you down and keep you down. But I feel like at one point it started to be like very overwhelming and you had to focus all your energy on just alchemizing the negativity into something positive or neutral for yourself. So this was a challenging journey. It's family for some of you. So before we get into these cards, our crystal for today, very, very powerful crystal. The color itself speaks the message. Malachite. A bright green stone. And it feels metallic. This stone, it's called the Stone of Transformation for a reason. It brings huge transformation in your life. And with the Temperance energy, you are going to be going through changes, and they're changes of the heart. These changes will change your life forever. And the thing that's so interesting about this message is your life already has changed forever. You took even the absolute darkest of things and you made them work for you. You changed throughout the whole process. But this malachite here, this is also a very protective stone. It can also help to bring a lot of like clarity and heart healing. So that's the stone I chose to infuse into this reading today, just to help along the journey. Because this is, even if this is something that, you know, you've been away from for a long time, even this message may just kind of like open the wound a little bit, because you could have had resentment toward this person or toward the situation because they were just such a negative energy in your life, and you could have even been fully aware that this person is an energy vampire and that they were just using you or whatever, and yet you still like loved them and gave them chance after chance with the Queen of Cups. So the karma for this person, because they did this consciously, they stole from you, they stole your energy, they stole your time, they stole your money, they stole your trust. It affected your life greatly, I'm hearing. And now, you know, the tables are turning, and this is just how karma works, guys. Yeah, with the sun, it's like you're going into the sun and they're going into the moon. Now, everyone has a chance, right? Like, even if you are getting bad karma, the point of karma is a teacher. Karma is to teach us. It's to help us to evolve. So karma is not negative or positive, but the way that this person is handling the karma already it's not looking good for them, because they don't know how to handle this like you did. Like, for some of them, I'm seeing them scrambling and they're already looking for their next supply. Like, they haven't learned anything from this contract. They're just looking to go on to the next one. Like, they want to sign another one with another person to where they can siphon their energy just to rob Peter to pay Paul, just to pay off their debt when it comes to you. They want to, instead of working through this karma and just getting it squared away like you did, they're looking at this like, okay, I'm just going to find another victim so that I can neutralize my money, just like Collective did, so to speak. But what they don't understand is that you didn't do that. You did this all on your own. You didn't siphon from anybody. You made it through an impossible situation, and they're just looking for some band-aid quick fix. How do I get this new supply? Yeah, I just open up to the devil again. Confirmation, which to me is, it's an energy vampire much of the time, because even if it has to do with an addiction, which for some of you this person has, it's draining you of your energy. It's zapping you of the energy you have, whether it's literally a person that's draining from you energetically, or it's an entity, or it's a drug, or it's gambling, or whatever it is, right? Hello and welcome back to the Metamystic Show. It's Missy Gordon, the Metamystic, here with the star, everybody. I told you. See, they saw you as a star, just a never-ending reservoir, source of supply, eternal stream. But they didn't look into the future to see how this would affect them if they stole this much from you. They stole so much from you that they couldn't ever repay it in this life. I'm getting that channeled, guys. And so this is very unfortunate. This is a series of unfortunate events. This is an unfortunate story. They're gonna go through like unlucky stuff, and whatever they did to you, that's just what they're getting mirrored back to them. It's not even personal. It's facts on paper. It's, you did this, so this is what's given back to you. Only take what resonates and leave the rest for the next guy. This is a collective, timeless reading, so whenever you're watching this. But again, I do feel like it tied into the numerology. But you might be catching this years later. You might be catching this in a universal year 5, and you're going to realize that this person's been getting karma for the last 5 years, and you didn't realize it had anything to do with you and it being turned around on this person. But I'm getting, like, if you're wondering that, then this is your confirmation. Like, if you're wondering that this person's bad luck or bad karma is them getting bad karma because of what they did to you, let this be confirmation, guys. I'm getting that. And you're just like going on your merry way. Like, things are about to get like way better for you. You're going to get all your energy back. You're going to be able to do all the things you felt you couldn't do because your energy was allocated to either survival or paying your bills or staying calm emotionally, healing yourself, focusing on the day-to-day life. Like, you could have felt like you went through a hard period. I'm hearing for the past few months. So you could have felt like it got extra tight here. And, the last few months, and that's because this turnover is happening. I'm seeing it like turnovers, like Apple turnovers. Something about the fall. Something changed like last fall with the 4 of Pentacles. Like, you could have learned some sort of lesson once and for all that helped you to see that you, even within the confines of this karmic contract, you started to see, I'm getting this, that you actually had all the power, that you could just learn to hold your energy back more. You could have been working with crystals, for example. You could have been, and I recommend labradorite for this. You could have been doing work where you were closing the holes in your aura. Labradorite directly helps to close holes in your aura. So I recommend that, guys, if you feel like that, like you need that. I'm seeing you like doing smoke cleanses. I'm seeing you doing mantras, meditating, whatever. You could have just started realizing, like, I'm going to take my power back with the 4 of Pentacles. And the interesting thing is that it could have actually even revved up even harder. Like, you could have felt like with the 3 of Swords and the 9 of Swords that things actually got worse the more you tried to hold your energy back and protect your energy. And you could have felt like things got worse. That wasn't just in your head, guys. Like, that's because I had a reading that was like, you were this person's last drop of water in a desert. I had a reading that said that, and it's coming through here, and we have the Knight of Cups. So for some of you, this person could have tried to like come around and like reconnect with you, but with the Justice card, something got blocked. Because they wanted to reopen a secondary contract with you. I'm seeing that. Like, they thought that you would just so easily forgive them with the Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups. They thought that they could just come in, get you to agree to help them. I'm literally hearing them in the astral realm say to you, so this is an astral conversation. I'm hearing them say to you, on their knees, mind you, please, please, I've learned my lesson. I know I should not have betrayed you as I have. You've always had so much more than me, and I've always had little in comparison to you. As they're saying this, I'm seeing them, holding a knife behind their back. There's a 7 of Swords card that has that, and I can't remember which one it is. So as they're down on their knees, they're in the 7 of Swords. Keep that in mind. I'm seeing them, come to you and say, please, please, will you just agree to shadow me during this period as I learn? I'm hearing that. So they're trying to appease some sort of aspect of you that's a teacher. Like, they're trying to humble themselves before you. It's not genuine. Keep that in mind. If it was, we could have a conversation, but it's not. They're trying to appeal to some aspect of you that believes in like giving people chances, and people are genuine. They want to learn. They just were in a bad time in their life, and now they're ready. They weren't ready then, but now they're ready. For some of you, this is definitely a twin flame. So just, if that's you, then this is your confirmation. But for some of you, it's like family, or it's some lover, or for some of you, it's like an entanglement. Like, you could have like slept with somebody a few times and it wasn't even that serious, and they were into some weird stuff, and now it's like I'm just seeing, for you, you're looking at this person as they're saying please help me, and you're just not buying it. Like, you want to believe this is true, but you just know it's not. So I'm literally seeing them with a pen and a contract, and they're saying, please, I beg of you, please just sign this. All you have to do is shadow me. We don't even have to talk. All you have to do is just agree that I can learn from you for the next however many years this contract was for, so that I can repay my debt and I can be off the hook for this. So basically, they're asking for you to agree for them to be able to like live in your aura, essentially, so that they can be protected. But all the while, guys, this is the thing, they're just gonna be up to no good doing all this crazy stuff, and you're gonna be connected to all that. It's gonna be like they're tying a rope to you on the outside of the back of their car, and then they're hitting the gas, and you're just getting pulled along for the ride, because they're always going to try to regain the control. I don't care how genuine they look in this picture. I'm getting that they're just trying to win over your sympathies with the Queen of Cups and appeal to your sense of like nurture and believing in people. With the Hierophant, like, you could be a teacher literally. So they're trying to also like they're trying to rub your ego as well and be like, hey, you know so much more than me. You're so much more advanced than me. You always have been. I never should have crossed you. I don't know what I was thinking. I just figured that you were so powerful and you were so strong that you would barely even notice, and I was wrong for that. I admit I was wrong for that. I'm getting that. Yeah, for some of you this is definitely like a family member, or it's like a lover with the Knight of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Like this is not like a friend. This would be someone that was family to you, right? Unless it's like a long time 20-year friend or something like that. And that's not super common. So if that's your story, then that's your caveat, right? So let me get these cards. I'm going to grab 3 cards. But what I'm seeing as well, I'm seeing your money going up. I'm seeing your status going up with the Devil, Saturn energy. Like I'm seeing in all the areas that you could have felt weak or depleted. I'm seeing the sacral chakra. Like you could have felt like all your energy was gone and you weren't creative anymore and you didn't want to have fun. For some of you, this was even like a sexual thing where, because for some of you, this person was siphoning you through the sacral. So you could have felt like you had issues with that chakra. I'm just going to leave it at that, right? Because this person was like nasty with it. Like, I don't know, you were picking up on their activities and stuff because they were connected to that sacral chakra. I just opened up to the Hierophant just popped out. So yeah, guys, this person, and they knew that you were like, maybe you're the type of person that with the Justice card and the 10 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles, like you don't want to just give your energy away to just anyone. Like you're sparing with your energy. You could be somebody that's more private, where this person with the Hierophant, the Judge, the Justice card, the 10 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles, this person knew, 10 of Swords, they knew consciously, guys, that this was gonna feel kind of like disgusting for you. Like imagine if every single time someone was doing something sexually, you got like the live stream video of that happening. We don't want to see all that. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm almost getting you were like turned off and stuff because of this person, just like in life. I'm getting with the 10 of Swords popping out for the second time. You were turned off in life because of this person. Like you could have not wanted to do the things you cared about anymore with the Ace of Cups because this person, they were blocking your manifestations. For some of you, with the 5 of Cups, again, I have my warning. This person could struggle with darker thoughts, with depression, with things like that. So they were projecting all of that energy onto you all the time. And this message is, that's over. Your life will change forever as they begin to receive this karma, but it's not really begin. It's already begun. So as they're receiving it, your life is just going to get better and better and better. King of Wands. This person's very, very cocky. Like they feel like they've done nothing wrong. Truly, again, like I said, they're trying to just go on to the next one, and they want to harvest their pearls now. Like they're just looking for the next, victim or whatever. 1, 2, and 3. I'm just going to open these quick here, guys. Bottom of the deck, we have, see, they think they're going to have success in opening a new contract with somebody else. We have the 4 of Wands with the Knight of Wands, the 6 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, and the King of Wands. Now, what this means to me is that they're looking for a fool. Right? With the 8 of Swords, they're looking for somebody that they can manipulate, they can trick, they can use their mind games on, they can pull one over on. They're looking for a person they can have success with, in the fact that they're going to be kind of like, with the Knight of Wands, not fully there. So they don't even have to be fully there in a relationship or in a connection or in a whatever. They don't have to be in anything technically, but they'll still be able to drain from this person and just go in and out as they please. And this Four of Wands would be proving that. So that's in the works right now with the Eight of Pentacles. So they could be coming back to you literally apologizing or trying to get back into your energy, or like my reading right before this, like, wow, this is their apology. Their apology, they haven't changed at all. They still think they're the best. They don't think you're better than them. They don't think you have anything to teach them. They feel like you don't deserve what you have, so they feel like they have the right to take it from you. They believe it belongs to them, or they should have it. So they could be coming to you saying these things. Oh, I've learned, I've changed, and I would love to learn from you, and I'd love to just go on my spiritual path, and you have so much to offer me. They don't mean any of that. They're guys, they're good with the King of Wands. They're good with kind of getting people to want to give to them or want to help them, or because for some of them, they're charismatic, or they're just really good at closing a deal. They're good with their marketing and stuff like that. So, all right. Your life will change forever as they receive this karma. Card number 1, Queen of Pentacles. See, for some of you, and I got this very clearly, I'm glad I have this to prove it, your finances specifically are going to start spiking. You're going to start, and this will happen over time, guys, but I'm seeing your finances are just going to keep getting better and better and better, as well as like your mental health, feeling grounded, feeling safe, feeling like you can finally relax, like life. The pressure you were feeling that was coming from dealing with this person, whether they were physically there or they were far away, because for some of them it's all remote viewing and all that shit. The pressure you were feeling from this person, it's lifting, and it's lifting over time. You're going to start feeling lighter and lighter and lighter, which will actually in turn help you to feel more and more grounded, believe it or not, because you're going to feel like you're back in your own energy. You're back in your own frame. You've completed something. In my reading right before this, we talked about the World card. That's why this is such an achievement here, guys, because you've finished a karmic lesson as well. Like this was a karmic contract for you and for me as well. And you did very well on this. Like I said, you kind of hit neutral, and you were teachable. You learned the lessons you needed to learn, and those are different for everybody, what those lessons are exactly. But for some, it definitely has to do with like sexual stuff. Like with the King of Wands, this person could have kind of pulled you in that aspect. Like if you're kind of a more grounded person, you could have felt like this was fun or this was exciting or whatever, guys, and then you ended up feeling like it trapped you in some way. And also Queen of Pentacles, I just see the Queen of Pentacles as somebody that just kind of has their life together, or they're always trying to do the next best thing. Like they're always bettering themselves. Like every time you see a Queen of Pentacles, they have some like new thing they're doing that they're improving upon, or they're people you can rely on. So this person used that to their advantage, right? It's sad, really, that people put their entire lives in jeopardy, even into the next life, for what? Just to avoid doing their homework? All this to avoid a little homework. Well, you did all your homework, and you graduated with the worlds that came through in our past reading. All right. Your life will change forever as they receive this karma. Card number 2 for the collective. We have the Two of Wands. This was all part of the plan, and some of you might get mad at me for saying this, especially if you don't believe in this kind of thing, and you know what? That's fair. I understand that we all have different beliefs and stuff. Sorry, there was a piece of hair. And I respect that, guys. I actually like being surrounded by different points of view, but this is what I'm getting is that this whole thing, like I said, this whole karmic contract, in some way, this was meant to evolve you, right? Because see how he's holding the world in his hand? It's like he's holding the world card in his hand. He's mastered the world. He's mastered himself. So in some way, you've achieved self-mastery by going through this situation, and that was the plan all along, was for you to remain true to yourself, to your heart, to your life, to your calling, even in the darkest of times. And again, Queen of Pentacles proves that energy I was getting that was just kind of neutral, straight across the board, even in the darkest of times. You found a way to make it work for you, right? And Queen of Pentacles, she has a way of doing that, male, female, non-binary, however you identify. This is somebody that they're able to roll with the punches. This is a tough energy, and this is an energy that, you know, they make things work for them. Like if they have to live in a shitty apartment, Queen of Pentacles, they're going to make it nice. They're going to make it, you know, they're going to just make it work for them. Like Queen of Pentacles, she's very industrious. She's the type of person that knows how to like upcycle an old chair that she got on the side of the road and then reupholster it. Look up on YouTube how to reupholster a chair. And for $17, she orders this reupholstery stuff from Amazon and creates this glorious chair. And she saved herself $400 and now she has a chair for $17. That's the Queen of Pentacles. Now, guys, this person, they might be smooth with their words. They might be good with marketing. They might be able to get hired because they're, you know, kind of like Epstein. It's like, this person's not that bad, guys. But I'm just saying, it's like, you know, those types, it's like a slithery type where, you know, they kind of like, they kind of get people to like them and stuff so they can get hired, or they get people to trust them so they can borrow money from them, or you know, they get people to sleep with them and stuff. They're very charming, but they don't have a lot to back it up. I'm really saying the King of Wands in the reverse. Like this person's very proud too. So even when they've had situations like wake-up calls for them to turn their life around, they look at it as just a bump in the road until they figure out a better solution, the next person they can take from, or the next person they can, like, they look at, this is the type of person that, like, if this is a man that dates women, they look at women that they can just wrap them around their finger, sort of an energy. This is like kind of a seducing sort of an energy. So this is an incubus or a succubus for a lot of people. And to me, incubus and succubus, it's not just sexual. It's that serpentine energy where you can get people, you can charm people. You know, it's a form of witchcraft, and it definitely with the King of Wands, I see him, you know, as a type of sorcerer in this context. And you know, they're just really good at getting people to do what they want. But I'm just seeing that there's something with this karma where that allure, that kind of sparkly thing that was around them, they're now realizing that that was actually all coming from you with the star. They siphoned all that from you. They thought after a while, they started to believe their own lies. They thought it was them. They thought they were so great. They thought it was, you know, they were just so lovable and amazing and funny and sexy and stuff, when all the while they were just stealing it from you and others, right? Who knows how many others there are, but we're really just looking at you today. And see, their plan did work for a time with the 2 of Wands, but above all, this whole experience, it made you immovable. Like, I'm seeing a mountain with the Queen of Pentacles. This made you somebody not to mess with as well. Like, I'm seeing through this situation, you learned about who to trust and who not to trust, and who was bullshitting you and who wasn't. Like, I'm seeing you connecting to your spiritual gifts and nature with the Queen of Pentacles, and really getting in tune with what's real, not the illusion of things and what people promise and what people say they're going to do. And you learned how not to be manipulated anymore as well, because this is a very grounded energy. This is a bullshit detector. Like, when somebody's lying through their teeth. Your life will change forever as they receive this karma. Card number 3. Couldn't be a better card here with the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, to me, the Wheel of Fortune, this entire reading really is the Wheel of Fortune. So it's like, as you're moving from the bottom of the wheel to the top, they're moving from the top to the bottom. And that's just karma. It's not even personal. Like, it's almost kind of wild how impersonal it gets to be, because it's kind of just like court. Like, it's not like, oh, but please, I didn't mean to, and I this and I that. It's like, you can't say anything to change what has happened. They can't, right? Like, this has been judged, it's been assessed, it's gone through the entire system, and now it's about to all be transmuted into positive for you, rolling out over time. And for a lot of you guys, I mean, Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Pentacles, it's literal money. Like, your money's going to go up, because for some of you, this person was directly siphoning from you for money. Like, they were able to this is just heartbreaking for a lot of people, because for some of you, this is somebody that you love and care about, or you did love them, or you just can't believe. It's hard to believe that this is in someone's soul, that they're this greedy, that they're this shallow. Like, for some of you, they participated in humiliation rituals, because that's like more juicy of an extraction. Like, take this as an example. Like, say this is a couple, right? And there's someone here who gains weight. And this person, because this other gained weight, they start like looking elsewhere. And with the 7 of Cups, it's like they could have even, I'm just seeing this person could have humiliated you if it was a romantic thing. Like, they could have made you feel terrible about yourself, even if it's not romantic, which gets really like weird, because, I'm seeing just this person beating down your self-esteem. Like, guys, I mean, all of that stuff, it's very severe for some people. Like, the weight and the level, as this begins to crescendo over how many other years for this person, it's going to get more and more intense. The pressure is going to rise. They're going to think that it's reached its peak and it can't get any worse. And then it's going to happen like 4 more times. Like, it's going to get more and more severe. And you went through the same thing. That's what's crazy. It's like, I'm seeing it like being in a pressure chamber under the water. You adapted to that pressure. You worked with that energy. You worked with the water element. I'm seeing it as an analogy for your emotions. Like, you harnessed power through pressure. Like, you became a diamond. And now you're just going to have more. So much love, everybody. It's been Missy Gordon, the Metamystic here. You know, this was a little bit of a more serious one, right? So, you know, I just got to give the message. And in truth, I've had this message for a few weeks, and I didn't know, like, when they wanted me to speak on it, and I got the green light. So this has already begun. Let this be your confirmation. And, you know, nothing can stop this train. John Mayer. Nothing can stop this train. Your life will change forever as they receive this karma, because it's all being transmuted into blessings for you. Thank you, everyone. If you would like to listen to The Metamystic Show, you always can on Spotify and Apple Podcasts every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. EST, as well as on my YouTube channel at The Metamystic. If you want to get 3-minute daily short readings, you always can follow me over on Instagram and TikTok at The Metamystic if you want to catch me over there. I'd love to connect with you guys through personal readings as well. If you like my energy, you kind of like how I see things and the way that I receive. A lot of you guys know I'm also a psychic medium. So a lot of times when I do personal readings, I do connect with passed on loved ones. I do channel things directly. It's not just reading cards. I use all of my spiritual gifts. I bring my crystals in when it pertains to the reading. I use astrology. Like, if you guys want to give me any of your astrological information, I can pull from that. You can give me your backstory on the situation, or I can just do a general reading for you. You don't have to give me any information, and I'll just see what Spirit has to say to you. Truthfully, I don't really need any information, so don't let that deter you if you feel like, well, I don't know what to ask, or I don't know what to say, or I want to keep my information private. I'm not offended, guys. That's totally fine. I'd be glad to still read for you if you want to keep it a little more, just... I don't know how to describe that. Like, sometimes you don't want to go all deep with somebody, but you want to receive a message. So I'm not offended, guys. So I take all shapes and sizes. I don't get offended. I love to read for you and connect with you guys. So you can come on down anytime you want to get a personal reading. Feel free. And I want to thank everybody who donates to support the show. Thank you so much, guys, and support my work as well through financial donations. So much love, everybody, and I will see you on the next one. I forgot to add a waffle warning. This is my one joke of the show. All right, this was a heavy one, man. It's thick. So yeah, I'm gonna go eat my waffles, and it was great to have the after party with all you folks that stayed beyond 45 minutes. After party starts at 45 minutes and 1 second. So it's always fun to have you guys.